Yo, what is good, chat? Today, I'm coming back with my fourth video, I think. It's either third or fourth, on these trade recaps. Today is July 3rd, Wednesday, July 3rd, and the market closed early today and is closed tomorrow, obviously, for July 4th. I just want to come on here real quick to recap the trades I took. Nothing much this week. It's a short week, boring week. No trades for me today, but I just want to go over a setup that I missed and also talk about a topic that I think is really important for anybody who's into trading or who wants to get into it, and overall just a topic about life as well. So starting off with this trade recap, here we go, starting down from a top-down view. Earlier in the morning, I saw this 4-hour gap that we made from yesterday. Then I moved down to the lower time frames. Also, something to note is all-time highs, buy-side liquidity that we were targeting before this big push-up we had during the day. So this is my overall target that we had in the morning. Also this high as well from last Friday, so I'm going to mark that out as well. So when you're charting, I like to start from the higher time frames, move down, and then mark areas of liquidity that I'm looking at. So now that I marked my buy-side targets to the upside, I also want to see some sell-side targets that we want to see swept, because the system that I trade, we want to kind of target reversals. And the reason I do this is because I think that it has the best risk to reward. You have smaller risk when you're targeting a reversal, but on the flip side, you have kind of a lower win rate because sometimes things might not go in your favor when you're trying to catch a top or a bottom. So in this case, we wanted to see more upside because the overall trend, if we look at the higher trend, we are consistently making lower highs and just targeting all-time highs. So I went down to the 15-minute. This is my favorite one to do in the morning. This is pretty obvious to see the sell-side liquidity right here, and we swept that right at 8:45. So I saw this sweep, and I went down and looked for some bearish gaps so we can inverse. Like I said, my favorite setup is really the inverse fair value gap. But if we look at these wicks, like there's no gaps that are created. Everything is kind of slowly pushing down, and even on the 1 minute, it wasn't clean as well. It was just kind of wicking everywhere, blah blah blah. So I wasn't really a fan of this price action, and even coming into the session, I didn't feel like there was going to be any super good banger setups. So I kind of just played it safe, and I did see one gap right here. This is the only thing that I saw, this small, tiny fair value gap that we saw it break through, sweep the key level that I talked about, the 15-minute, inverse. And this candle, what we want to see is this candle to close above. It did not. It closed inside, as you can see. So the next candle as well did not show any good strength, so this setup was done. But as you can see, we continue to chop around a little bit. Created another bearish fair value gap right here that also swept this level, and this one was respected. So this could have been a setup that we took, but honestly, after I saw this gap get disrespected and not close above, I was not looking for any sort of longs, because really I just want to take A+ setups. That's really what I'm looking for. So this, after we failed this one and we did it again, this would be kind of considered a B or even a C+ in my book, and I just want to take A+ setups because that's what I have the most confidence in. And this goes into the topic that I want to talk about today in terms of discipline. So trading, I have a friend that just asked me a question. He said, what's the difference between trading and gambling, really? So I think trading and gambling do have a lot of similarities, if we're being honest, but the reason that I think trading is better than gambling is because if you're doing it the right way, if you're trading a system. So in this system that I like to trade, that I develop with my friends, is targeting reversals. So I only look for my certain criteria, and if these criteria are not met, then I'm not going to take a trade that day. If I was gambling, I knew I had an intuition that we were going to go target these buy-side liquidity highs. So if I was gambling, I would have definitely said, okay, let me just slap some calls or something and just hope it goes up, because that was my intuition coming into the market. But since my criteria wasn't met, even though I had a feeling that it was going to go up, I didn't take the trade. So that is kind of the difference between gambling and trading, is that we're trading a system, we're looking for a certain criteria, and if that criteria is not met, then we're not going to take the trade, even if we have a feeling or whatever. Like if you're playing poker or whatever, or whatever gambling game you like to play, we go off kind of feelings. But in trading, we don't really want to do that. We want to use our criteria that we determine to take trades. And so, and also another topic that I want to talk about is having like hobbies outside of trading. Everything you do in life kind of blends together. So if you don't have discipline in trading, then you're not going to have discipline in the gym. If you don't have discipline in the gym, you're not going to have discipline in trading. So I always suggest people to, kind of find a physical sport or a hobby that you like to do and just do that shit. Because like, for example, here, I was definitely feeling FOMO that, okay, this setup actually worked out, even though it was a B or C. And I kind of want to enter longs like around here to chase after we got into this gap. But I decided not to and kind of just decided to go to the gym. So if you have like a certain hobby or side passion that you like to do, that can help you distract yourself from the market until you build that kind of consistent discipline, then you should definitely do those things. And on top of that, if you go to the gym, it benefits you physically. It doesn't even have to be the gym. You guys can do some fucking coding or some, I don't even know, do some homework or just do something else to get yourself off the charts if you feel like you have FOMO and struggle with that just like I do. So those are the kind of topics I want to talk about. Hopefully next week is a little bit better after we still have all-time highs. Now I'd be kind of looking for a little bit of pullback, but of course we could still fucking rocket all the way up. Who knows? But I'm just going to trade the chart and continue to do what I do. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching.